Have you ever felt like some people just can't get away with doing bad things? It's like there's an invisible force making sure they face the consequences of their actions. Well, today we're diving into something really interesting, how karma works, especially when it comes to people who try to harm very special individuals. These special people are often called chosen ones, and they play a big role in our world. But here's the thing. If someone tries to hurt or stop these chosen ones, they might find themselves facing some serious payback from the universe. It's not about revenge, though. It's about balance and justice in a way that goes beyond what we can see with our eyes. Think about it like this. Imagine you're playing a video game, and there are some characters in the game that are really important to the story. If another character in the game tries to mess with these important ones, the game might make things extra hard for that troublemaker. That's kind of how karma works for the enemies of chosen ones. But in real life, it's like the universe has a special way of protecting its VIPs. Now, you might be wondering, am I a chosen one? Or do I know someone who might be? Don't worry, we're going to talk all about that. We'll look at how to spot these special people, why they're so important, and what happens to those who try to stand in their way. This isn't just some faraway idea. It's something that can affect all of us in our everyday lives. By the end of our talk, you'll have a whole new way of looking at the world around you and the people in it. But here's why this matters to you. Understanding how karma works, especially for chosen ones and their enemies, can change the way you treat others. It might make you think twice before being mean to someone, because you never know. They could be one of these special people. And even if they're not, being kind is always a good idea. Plus, who knows? You might be a chosen one yourself without even realizing it. So, are you ready to uncover the secrets of karma and the chosen ones? Let's jump right in and explore this fascinating topic together. Trust me, by the time we're done, you'll never look at the people around you the same way again. Let's start by talking about who these chosen ones really are. Now, don't think of them as superheroes with capes or anything like that. Chosen ones are regular people like you and me, but they have a special purpose in life. It's like they were picked by the universe to do something important, even if they don't know it yet. Imagine you're in a big school, and some students are picked to be part of a special project. They didn't ask for it, but the teacher saw something in them that made them perfect for the job. That's kind of what it's like to be a chosen one. The universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, has selected these people for a special task. So, what makes someone a chosen one? Well, it's not about being perfect or better than everyone else. In fact, chosen ones often face a lot of challenges in their lives. It's more about having certain qualities that make them suited for their special purpose. These might include things like a strong sense of empathy. Chosen ones often feel deeply for others and want to help make the world better. Inner strength. They might face a lot of obstacles, but they have an amazing ability to keep going even when things get tough. A unique perspective. Chosen ones often see the world in a different way than most people. This helps them come up with new ideas or solutions to problems. A feeling of being different. Many chosen ones feel like they don't quite fit in with the crowd, even from a young age. Now, here's an important thing to remember. Being a chosen one isn't about being famous or recognized by everyone. In fact, many chosen ones live quiet lives, making a difference in small but important ways. They might be the teacher who inspires students to believe in themselves, the friend who always knows how to comfort others, or the person who starts a small community project that grows into something big. Chosen ones come in all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds. They could be any age, any gender, and come from any part of the world. The key is that they have a special role to play in the grand scheme of things. This role might be big, like leading a movement for change, or it might be smaller, like being the person who always knows how to cheer up their friends. But being a chosen one isn't always easy. Because they're meant to do important things, they often face big challenges. It's like the universe is testing them, making them stronger for the task ahead. This is where karma comes in, but we'll talk more about that later. One thing that's really important to understand is that chosen ones aren't perfect. They make mistakes, they have doubts, and sometimes they might not even believe in themselves. What sets them apart is their ability to learn from these experiences and keep moving forward. Now, you might be thinking, how do I know if I'm a chosen one? Well, the truth is, many chosen ones don't realize they're special at first. It's something that becomes clearer over time, as they start to notice patterns in their life or feel pulled towards certain actions or goals. But here's a secret. In a way, we all have the potential to be chosen ones. Every single person has the ability to make a positive difference in the world. The key is to listen to that inner voice that guides you towards kindness, creativity, and helping others. Even if you're not the official chosen one, acting like one can make your life and the lives of those around you so much better. Now that we know about chosen ones, let's talk about karma. You've probably heard this word before, but what does it really mean? Karma is like a boomerang of energy. Whatever you send out into the world, good or bad, comes back to you. It's not about punishment or reward, but more about balance and learning. Think of karma like this. Imagine you're standing in front of a big mirror. Everything you do, your actions, your words, even your thoughts, is reflected back to you. If you smile at the mirror, you see a smile coming back. If you make an angry face, that's what you'll see too. Karma works in a similar way, but instead of seeing the results right away, they often come back to you over time. Every action creates energy. When you do something, say something, or even think something, it's like you're throwing a tiny pebble into a pond. It creates ripples that spread out. This energy comes back. Those ripples you created, they bounce off the edges of the pond and come back to you. Sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but they always return. The energy matches what you sent out. If you threw in a pebble of kindness, kindness comes back. If you threw in a pebble of meanness, well, you can guess what happens. It's not always obvious. Sometimes the karma you receive might not look exactly like what you did. For example, if you help someone carry their groceries, it doesn't mean someone will carry your groceries. But you might find that when you need help, it shows up in unexpected ways. Now, let's break this down with a real-life example. Let's say there's a person named Alex. Alex always tries to help others and be kind. They volunteer at an animal shelter, help their neighbors, and always have a nice word for everyone. According to karma, all this positive energy Alex is putting out will come back to them. This doesn't mean Alex's life will be perfect. They might still face challenges and hard times. But when they do, they might find that help shows up just when they need it. Maybe a stranger helps them when their car breaks down, or they get an unexpected opportunity at work. This is karma in action. On the flip side, let's think about someone who often tries to take advantage of others or is unkind. We'll call this person Jamie. Jamie likes to gossip, sometimes cheats on tests, and isn't very nice to their coworkers. Karma suggests that this negative energy will also come back around. Jamie might find that people don't trust them, or that they face unexpected setbacks in life. But here's the really important thing to understand about karma. It's not about punishment. It's about learning and growth. Even if Jamie has been unkind in the past, they can change their actions and start creating positive karma at any time. The universe isn't keeping a scorecard to punish us. Instead, it's giving us chances to learn and become better. Now, you might be wondering, if karma is real, why do bad things happen to good people? That's a great question, and it touches on something important. Karma is complex, and it doesn't always work in ways we can easily see or understand. Sometimes, what looks like bad karma might actually be a chance for growth or learning. Or it might be the result of actions from a long time ago that we don't remember. Also, karma isn't the only force at work in our lives. We live in a complex world with many factors affecting what happens to us. Karma is just one piece of the puzzle. Here's another important point. Karma isn't about sitting back and waiting for good things to happen to you. It's about taking positive action and trusting that it will create positive results, even if you can't see them right away. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the plant right away, but if you keep watering and taking care of it, eventually it will grow. Understanding karma can change the way we live our lives. When we realize that our actions have consequences, not just for others, but for ourselves, we might think twice before doing something unkind. We might be more motivated to help others and spread positivity. And when things get tough, understanding karma can help us stay hopeful, knowing that our good actions will eventually bear fruit. But remember, karma isn't about being perfect. We all make mistakes, and that's okay. The key is to learn from those mistakes and try to do better next time. Every moment is a new chance to create positive karma. In the next section, we'll talk about how karma relates specifically to chosen ones and their enemies. But for now, think about your own life. What kind of energy are you putting out into the world? Are you creating ripples of kindness or ripples of negativity? Remember, it's never too late to change the kind of karma you're creating. Now that we understand who chosen ones are and how karma works, let's talk about how these two ideas fit together. It's like karma and chosen ones have a special relationship, and this connection can be really powerful. Remember how we said chosen ones have an important job to do in the world? Well, it seems like the universe takes this job very seriously. When someone tries to stop a chosen one from doing their special work, karma might step in more quickly or strongly than usual. It's like the universe is saying, hey, this person has important stuff to do. Don't mess with them. Let's use an example to make this clearer. Imagine there's a chosen one named Sam. Sam has a gift for bringing people together and solving conflicts. They don't know they're a chosen one, but they always seem to be in the right place at the right time to help people get along. Now, let's say there's another person, Alex, who doesn't like how Sam is always getting attention for solving problems. Alex starts spreading rumors about Sam and tries to turn people against them. In a normal situation, karma might eventually catch up with Alex, but it might take a while. However, because Sam is a chosen one, things might happen differently. Alex might find that their plans backfire quickly. The rumors they spread might be found out right away, making people trust Alex less. Or Alex might suddenly face their own conflicts that they can't solve, making them realize how valuable Sam's gift really is. This is karma working to protect the chosen one and their mission. But here's the thing. This stronger karma doesn't just protect chosen ones from big, obvious attacks. It can also work in smaller, everyday situations. If someone is consistently unkind to a chosen one, even in small ways, they might find that things in their life start to go wrong more often. It's not about punishment, but about guiding people away from interfering with the chosen one's path. This special karma isn't just about protecting chosen ones from harm. It also seems to help them in their mission. People who help chosen ones or support their work might find good things happening in their own lives. It's like the universe is encouraging everyone to help these special people do their important work. Now, you might be thinking, that's not fair. Why do chosen ones get special treatment? That's a good question. The thing is, chosen ones often face bigger challenges than most people. They might have harder lives in many ways, facing more obstacles and difficulties. This special karma is like a balance for those extra challenges. Also, it's important to remember that this karma isn't about making chosen ones' lives perfect. They still have to work hard, make tough choices, and deal with life's ups and downs like everyone else. The karma is more about making sure they have the chance to fulfill their purpose, whatever that might be. Understanding this connection between karma and chosen ones can change how we treat people. Since we don't always know who the chosen ones are, it encourages us to be kind and helpful to everyone. After all, anyone could be a chosen one with an important job to do. Now that we've talked about chosen ones and how karma works for them, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I'm a chosen one? Or if someone I know is? Well, there are some signs that might point to someone being a chosen one. Remember, these signs don't guarantee someone is a chosen one, but they're often seen in people who have a special purpose. A strong sense of purpose. Chosen ones often feel like they're meant to do something important, even if they're not sure what it is. They might feel a pull towards certain causes or have a deep desire to make the world better. This feeling can start when they're very young. For example, a child who always stands up for kids being bullied, even when it's hard, might be showing this sign. Or an adult who can't shake the feeling that they're meant to do something big, even if their current job doesn't fulfill them. Unusual challenges. Chosen ones often face more difficulties than usual. It's like they're being prepared for something big. These challenges can be in any area of life: relationships, health, career, or personal growth. Think of someone who seems to face one hard situation after another, but somehow always finds the strength to keep going. They might lose their job, face health problems, and have relationship troubles all at once. But instead of giving up, they use these experiences to grow stronger and wiser. High empathy and intuition. Many chosen ones are very tuned in to others' feelings. They might know what someone is feeling without being told, or have strong hunches that turn out to be right. Imagine a friend who always seems to call or text just when you need someone to talk to, even if you haven't told them you're having a tough day. Or someone who can walk into a room and immediately sense the mood, even if everyone is trying to hide their feelings. Feeling different or out of place. Chosen ones often feel like they don't quite fit in with others. They might have interests or views that are different from those around them, or feel like they see the world in a unique way. This could be the kid in school who has trouble connecting with classmates because their ideas seem weird to others. Or an adult who feels out of place in their family because they have such different goals and values. Attracting people or situations. Chosen ones often find that people are drawn to them for help or advice, even strangers. They might also notice that they keep ending up in situations where they have the chance to help others. Think of someone who always seems to be in the right place at the right time to help. Like a person who knows first aid and keeps finding themselves near accidents where they can assist, or someone strangers always approach for directions or advice. Vivid dreams or visions. Some chosen ones have very vivid dreams that seem meaningful, or they might have sudden flashes of insight or ideas. This could be someone who often wakes up from dreams feeling like they've received an important message, even if they can't quite remember what it was. Or a person who sometimes gets sudden, clear ideas about how to solve problems or help others. A deep connection to nature or spirituality. Many chosen ones feel a strong bond with the natural world or have a rich spiritual life, whatever that means to them. This might be the person who feels most at peace when they're in nature, or someone who has a strong faith or spiritual practice that guides their life, even if it's not tied to any specific religion. Resilience and quick recovery. Chosen ones often bounce back from setbacks faster than others. They seem to find strength and lessons in difficult situations. Imagine someone who loses their job but quickly finds a new opportunity that's even better, or someone who goes through a tough breakup and uses it as a chance to grow and become stronger instead of being stuck in sadness. Now, here's something really important to remember. Having these signs doesn't automatically mean someone is a chosen one. And not having them doesn't mean someone isn't special or important. Every single person has the potential to do great things and make a positive difference in the world. Also, chosen ones don't always know they're chosen. They might have some or all of these signs, but still doubt themselves or struggle to understand their purpose. That's completely normal and part of their journey. If you recognize some of these signs in yourself, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Being a chosen one isn't about being perfect or having an easy life. It's about being open to your path, whatever that might be, and trying your best to make a positive difference in the world. And if you see these signs in someone else, remember that the best thing you can do is be supportive and kind. Chosen ones, like everyone else, need good friends and a strong support system to help them on their journey. Now that we've talked about chosen ones and the signs that might point to someone being one, let's discuss something a bit more serious. What happens to people who try to harm or stop chosen ones? These people are what we're calling enemies in this video, but remember, it's not about good guys and bad guys. It's about actions and their consequences. When someone acts against a chosen one, trying to stop them from fulfilling their purpose, they might find that karma responds more quickly and strongly than usual. It's like they've kicked a cosmic hornet's nest. But why does this happen? Let's break it down. First, it's important to understand that being an enemy to a chosen one isn't about having a simple disagreement or not getting along. We're talking about actions that actively try to harm the chosen one or prevent them from doing their important work. This could be things like deliberately spreading lies or rumors about the chosen one, trying to sabotage their work or projects, bullying or intimidating them to make them stop their activities, stealing their ideas or taking credit for their work, manipulating others against the chosen one. When someone does these kinds of things to a chosen one, they might start to notice some negative patterns in their own life. Here's how it might look. Repeated setbacks. The enemy might find that things keep going wrong in their life, especially in areas related to how they tried to harm the chosen one. For example, if they spread lies about the chosen one, they might find that people stop trusting them or believing what they say. Loss of opportunities. Good chances or opportunities might start to slip away from them. It's like doors that were once open are now closing. If they tried to sabotage the chosen one's work, they might find their own work or business struggling. Isolation. They might start to feel more and more alone. Friends might drift away, or they might have trouble making new connections. It's like their negative actions are pushing people away from them. Increased challenges. The enemy might face more difficulties in their life. If they tried to bully or intimidate the chosen one, they might find themselves in situations where they feel powerless or intimidated. Karma boomerang. Often, the exact thing they tried to do to the chosen one might happen to them. If they stole ideas from the chosen one, they might find their own ideas being taken by others. Now, it's super important to understand that this isn't about punishment or revenge. Karma isn't about getting back at people. Instead, it's more like a natural balancing force. It's trying to steer the enemy away from harmful actions and towards a better path. Here's an example to make it clearer. Let's say there's a chosen one named Jamie who has a gift for bringing people together and solving conflicts in their community. Another person, Alex, doesn't like how much attention Jamie is getting. Alex starts spreading rumors about Jamie and tries to turn people against them. At first, it might seem like Alex's plan is working, but then strange things start happening. Alex finds that people are less willing to believe what they say. They lose some friends and have trouble making new ones. A big project they were working on falls apart because people don't want to work with them. It's like all the negativity Alex tried to create for Jamie is coming back to Alex instead. But remember, even in this situation, there's hope. If Alex realizes what's happening and decides to change their behavior, the negative karma can start to turn around. Maybe Alex apologizes to Jamie and starts supporting their work instead of trying to stop it. As Alex makes these positive changes, they might find that things in their own life start improving too. This is why understanding karma, especially when it comes to chosen ones, is so important. It encourages us to think carefully about our actions and their consequences. It reminds us that trying to bring others down ultimately only hurts ourselves. But what if you realize you've been acting like an enemy to someone who might be a chosen one? Don't panic. The great thing about karma is that it's never too late to change course. Here are some steps you can take. Stop the negative actions right away. Reflect on why you acted that way. Often, it comes from fear or insecurity. If possible, apologize and try to make amends. Start supporting the person instead of trying to stop them. Focus on your own growth and purpose instead of feeling threatened by others. Remember, we're all on our own journeys. Sometimes, the people we see as enemies are actually there to teach us important lessons about ourselves. By learning these lessons and changing our actions, we can turn negative karma into positive karma. In the end, the idea of karma and chosen ones isn't about creating fear or making some people seem more important than others. It's about encouraging all of us to act with kindness, to support each other's growth and purpose, and to think carefully about the energy we're putting out into the world. Because in the end, that energy always comes back to us in one way or another. To really understand how karma works for the enemies of chosen ones, let's look at a story. Now, this isn't about any real person, but it's based on things that happen in real life. This story will help us see how karma might play out when someone tries to stop a chosen one from doing their important work. Meet Sarah and Tom. Sarah is a chosen one, though she doesn't know it. She has a special gift for helping troubled teens turn their lives around. She volunteers at a local youth center and seems to have a magical way of connecting with kids that others have given up on. The teens trust her, and many have improved their grades, relationships, and overall outlook on life thanks to her guidance. Tom works at the same youth center. At first, he was happy about the positive changes Sarah was making. But as time went on, he started to feel jealous. Tom had been working at the center for years, but he never got the kind of recognition Sarah was getting. He started to resent her success. Instead of being inspired by Sarah's work, Tom decided to try and undermine her. He began spreading rumors that Sarah was playing favorites among the teens. He suggested to his bosses that Sarah's methods weren't professional. He even started telling some parents that their kids were spending too much time with Sarah and not enough on their studies. For a while, it seemed like Tom's plan was working. Some parents became concerned. The bosses at the youth center started watching Sarah more closely. Sarah noticed that some of her coworkers were treating her differently. She felt hurt and confused, not understanding why this was happening. But then, things started to change, and not in the way Tom expected. First, one of the teens overheard Tom spreading rumors about Sarah. This teen told their friends, and soon, many of the kids at the center knew what Tom was doing. They started avoiding Tom and became protective of Sarah. Then, during a staff meeting, Tom tried to criticize Sarah's methods again. But this time, several coworkers spoke up, sharing stories of how Sarah had helped teens they couldn't reach. Tom's bosses realized that Tom's complaints seemed to be coming from jealousy, not genuine concern. As the weeks went on, Tom's situation got worse. The teens he used to have a good relationship with now didn't trust him. His coworkers started to distance themselves from him, not wanting to be associated with his negative attitude. When a promotion opportunity came up, Tom was passed over because his bosses felt he wasn't a team player. At home, Tom started having troubles too. He found himself arguing more with his family. His own teenage son, who used to confide in him, now seemed distant. Tom couldn't shake the feeling that all the negativity he had tried to create for Sarah was somehow coming back to him. Meanwhile, Sarah kept doing her work, unaware of most of what Tom had tried to do. Despite the challenges, her program for teens became even more successful. The youth center received an award for their work, with Sarah's efforts being particularly praised. Tom watched all this happen, feeling more and more miserable. But one day, he overheard a conversation that changed everything. One of the teens was telling Sarah how she had saved his life. The boy had been thinking about dropping out of school and getting involved with a dangerous crowd. But Sarah's belief in him had given him hope and a reason to stay on a good path. Listening to this, Tom finally understood. Sarah wasn't just good at her job. She was fulfilling an important purpose. All his efforts to undermine her hadn't just been unfair. They had been trying to stop someone from doing vital, life-changing work. This realization hit Tom hard. He felt ashamed of his actions and knew he needed to make changes. It wasn't easy, but Tom started by apologizing to Sarah. He admitted to spreading rumors and tried to make amends. Sarah, being who she was, forgave him. Slowly, Tom worked to repair the relationships he had damaged. He started supporting Sarah's work instead of trying to undermine it. As he made these positive changes, he noticed that things in his own life began to improve. His relationship with his son got better. His coworkers started to trust him again. This story shows us how karma might work when someone tries to harm a chosen one. It's not about punishment, but about steering people towards better actions. Tom's negative actions came back to him, but when he changed his ways, positive things started happening. It's a reminder that it's never too late to change our path and start creating good karma instead of bad. After hearing about what can happen to the enemies of chosen ones, you might be wondering, how can I make sure I don't attract bad karma? That's a great question. The good news is that avoiding bad karma isn't complicated. It's all about being mindful of how we treat others and the energy we put out into the world. Here are some simple ways to avoid bad karma, especially when it comes to chosen ones. Practice kindness. This is the simplest and most powerful way to create good karma. Be kind to everyone you meet. You never know who might be a chosen one, and even if they're not, kindness always comes back to you in positive ways. For example, if you see someone struggling with grocery bags, offer to help. If a coworker seems stressed, ask if they need support. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference. Support others' success. Instead of feeling jealous when others do well, celebrate their success. This is especially important if you notice someone doing unusually good things. They might be a chosen one fulfilling their purpose. Let's say your friend starts a community project that's really taking off. Instead of feeling envious, offer to help or simply cheer them on. Your support could be helping a chosen one make the world better. Be honest and truthful. Avoid spreading rumors or saying things that aren't true. Lies and gossip can create a lot of bad karma, especially if they're about someone who might be a chosen one. If you hear a rumor about someone, don't pass it on. Instead, either ignore it or, if possible, stand up for the person being talked about. Respect everyone's journey. Remember that everyone is on their own path. Even if you don't understand or agree with what someone is doing, respect their journey. This is especially important if they seem to be doing something unusual or extraordinary. For instance, if someone quits their high-paying job to start a charity, don't criticize their decision. They might be following a calling you can't see. Focus on your own growth. Instead of trying to compete with others or bring them down, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Work on your own goals and purpose. Spend time thinking about what you want to achieve in life. Set goals for yourself and work towards them. This positive focus creates good karma and leaves no room for negativity towards others. Apologize and make amends. If you realize you've done something hurtful, especially to someone who might be a chosen one, don't panic. Apologize sincerely and try to make things right. Let's say you criticized a coworker's project and later realized they were doing important work. Apologize to them, admit you were wrong, and ask if there's any way you can support their work now. 7. Practice gratitude. Being thankful for what you have helps you focus on the positive. It makes you less likely to resent others' success or try to bring them down. Each day, try to think of 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice can shift your whole perspective. 8. Help others achieve their goals. If you notice someone doing good work or trying to achieve something positive, offer your support. You might be helping a chosen one fulfill their purpose. For example, if a neighbor is organizing a community cleanup, offer to help spread the word or volunteer your time. 9. Stay open-minded. Chosen ones often have unusual ideas or methods. Try to stay open to new ways of thinking or doing things, even if they seem strange at first. If someone suggests an unconventional solution to a problem, don't dismiss it right away. Give it some thought and be willing to try new approaches. 10. Reflect on your actions. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to think about your actions. Were you kind? Did you help others? Did you do anything that might have created negative karma? This daily reflection can help you catch and correct negative behaviors before they create bad karma. Remember, avoiding bad karma isn't about being perfect. We all make mistakes sometimes. The key is to be aware of our actions and their potential consequences, and to always try our best to put positive energy out into the world. When we live this way, not only do we avoid bad karma, but we also create good karma for ourselves. We might even find that we're helping chosen ones fulfill their important purposes without even realizing it. And that's a pretty amazing thing to be part of. As we wrap up our exploration of karma and chosen ones, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Understanding these concepts isn't just about avoiding bad luck or trying to get good things for ourselves. It's about recognizing that we're all connected in ways we can't always see, and that our actions have far-reaching effects. When we talk about chosen ones and the karma that protects them, we're really talking about a system that encourages all of us to be our best selves. It's like the universe has set up a way to guide us towards actions that help everyone, not just ourselves. Think about it this way. If we all lived as if everyone we met might be a chosen one, how would the world be different? We'd probably be kinder, more supportive, and more careful about our actions. We'd be less likely to spread negativity or try to bring others down. In short, we'd create a world that's better for everyone. This idea can change how we see our everyday interactions. That person who bumped into you on the street, instead of getting angry, you might wonder if they're rushing to do something important. The coworker whose success makes you feel jealous, they might be fulfilling a crucial role you can't see yet. Living with this awareness doesn't mean we have to be perfect all the time. We're all human, and we all make mistakes. But it does mean being more conscious of our actions and their potential impacts. It means striving to put more good into the world than bad. Here's another important point. Even if you don't believe in chosen ones or karma in a spiritual sense, Acting as if they're real can still make your life and the lives of those around you better. Being kind, supportive, and mindful of your actions is always a good idea, no matter what you believe about the universe. This way of living can also bring more meaning and purpose to our own lives. When we stop focusing so much on competing with others or bringing them down, we have more energy to discover and fulfill our own purpose. Who knows? You might find that you're a chosen one too, with your own special role to play. It's also worth noting that this understanding can help us deal with life's challenges better. When we face obstacles or difficulties, instead of getting discouraged, we can wonder if these challenges are preparing us for something important. Maybe we're being strengthened for a purpose we can't see yet. In the end, the idea of karma and chosen ones is about hope. It's about believing that good actions create good results, even if we can't see them right away. It's about trusting that there's a bigger plan, and that each of us has a part to play in it. So, as you go about your day, remember, your actions matter. The kindness you show, the support you offer, the positivity you put into the world, it all counts. It all contributes to the bigger picture. You never know when you might be helping a chosen one fulfill their purpose, or when you might be fulfilling your own special role. Let's strive to create a world where we all treat each other as if we're chosen ones. Because in a way, maybe we all are. As we come to the end of our journey exploring karma and chosen ones, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've discovered that karma isn't just some mysterious force that punishes or rewards us. It's more like a natural law of balance, guiding us towards actions that benefit not just ourselves, but everyone around us. We've learned about chosen ones, those special individuals who have an important purpose to fulfill in the world. We've seen how karma seems to work extra hard to protect these chosen ones and their missions. But we've also realized that we can't always tell who these chosen ones are. They could be anyone, a friend, a stranger, even ourselves. We've explored the signs that might point to someone being a chosen one, from their strong sense of purpose to their ability to bounce back from challenges. We've also looked at what happens to those who try to harm or stop chosen ones, seeing how their negative actions can create difficult consequences in their own lives. But most importantly, we've discovered how to live in a way that creates good karma and supports the work of chosen ones, whether we recognize them or not. We've learned that simple acts of kindness, supporting others' success, being honest, and focusing on our own growth can make a big difference. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. We all make mistakes, and that's okay. The important thing is to be aware of our actions and their potential consequences, and to always try our best to put positive energy out into the world. As you go forward from here, I encourage you to keep these ideas in mind. Look at the world around you with new eyes. Treat each person you meet as if they might be a chosen one with an important purpose. Support the good work you see others doing. And don't forget to look for your own special purpose. You might be a chosen one too. Living this way isn't always easy. There will be challenges and times when it's tempting to act from jealousy or resentment. But remember, every kind action, every moment of support, every positive thought is creating ripples of good karma that spread out into the world in ways we can't always see. You have the power to make a real difference, not just in your own life, but in the lives of everyone around you. Who knows? Your actions today might be helping a chosen one change the world tomorrow. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of karma and chosen ones. I hope you found it as fascinating and inspiring as I have. Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, every thread is important. Your actions matter. Your kindness counts. Your purpose is waiting to be fulfilled. So go out there and create some beautiful karma. The world is waiting for the unique gift that only you can give. And who knows? You might just be the chosen one someone else has been waiting for.